What's up everyone, it's Kelly and today I've got another swatch review for you. So today we are back at it with my small brand spotlight series, and today I've got a brand new to me brand to talk about. And that brand is Potion Polish. So if you haven't heard of Potion Polish before, they are an independent brand that is based in the US, and all of their polishes are 5 free, meaning they are free of 5 of the potentially harmful ingredients that can be found in nail polish, and they're also cruelty free, meaning they do not test their products on animals. The first thing that attracted me to this brand was their bottles, specifically the newer labels that they've been doing. It's a really stunning label. It's fully silver holographic and it has a little potion bottle in the middle and then it says Potion Polish around it. And I just thought it was so stunning. I just love when a brand puts little extra special touches into their products to just make it feel like that much more of a special experience. And I think that those labels really speak to that kind of experience. So I definitely love the labels. But the other thing that was very exciting about the polishes is of course the way that they look, and they are stunning nail polishes. So I was really eager to get my hands on them. So Potion Polish sent over a few polishes for me to try, which is what I'm going to be reviewing today. And let me tell you, they must know me very well over there because they gave me all of the types of shades that I normally reach for, which is like all of the cool toned purples and the blues and the vampier shades that are just packed with sparkle and have a little bit more of like a cosmic vibe to them. But they actually do have a lot of variety in their colors and finishes, and they really do so many, from the shimmers to the crellies that are packed with glitter to the holographic glitters, and then even the reflective shades and the magnetic shades. So they really have a lot to offer. But yeah, I've been trying them out for a little while and I really love them, so I'm very excited to share them with you. So I'm going to show you the swatches, then we'll talk a little bit more about pricing, availability. Like I said, this isn't a collection, this is just a sampling of what they have to offer on their website. So yeah, let's just get into it and roll the swatches. So as with all of my swatch and review videos, I am using base coat underneath all of my swatches just to protect my natural nail and prevent any stains. Today it's the Orly Bonder base. So we'll go from light to dark. This first shade is called Dusk, and this is actually what I'm wearing on my nails in the intro and outro to this video, and I'm actually only wearing one coat because I thought it looked really pretty in one coat, but I am going to show you two just so you can get that full depth of color. But this one is a really beautiful purple toned gray base that has a gorgeous shimmer running throughout. It's almost a little duochromatic where you can see head on it looks almost like an orangey yellow color, but around the edges it looks more like a coppery red shade. And there's also a little mini holographic fleck in there, so you can see it kind of just catches the light really subtly and it looks stunning on. So I just love this one. I love that mix of a cooler base with a warmer shimmer in there, and I just love that added hollow sparkle. Next up we have the shade Loch, Lomond, and this one is a very similar vibe. We have this almost gray blue base color going on, and then again we have that intense duochromy shimmer that looks from an orangey gold into this coppery red, and again we have that silver hollow fleck running throughout, and it's just a little bit bigger than your average shimmer, so it really catches the light so nice. And again, I just love that contrast. I love a cool base with a warm shimmer or a warm base with a cool shimmer, and both of these really capture that style very beautifully. Moving on, we have the shade Across Time, which in the bottle looks like it's a similar formula to the first two shades, which are full coverage shimmers, but this one actually has a little bit more of a jelly vibe to it, and this one is a more intense blue base. Again, we have this gorgeous shimmer running throughout that looks like it's more of an iridescent shimmer, so you can see a lot of colors in there. Again, it's mostly that orangey gold into coppery red, but I can also see a lot of green and even into blue at extreme angles. And again, that little touch of the hollow speck in there just makes it so interesting. And I love this type of shade because I do like a little touch of visible nail line, although I feel like I covered it up pretty well in two coats. But I also love these types of shades because I feel like they're very transformative over black. So I wanted to try this one over black and I was not disappointed. Oh my goodness, it becomes a completely different polish, and all of that iridescent shimmer really just comes to the front and becomes this intense warm toned shade, but you get to see all of that hollow sparkle. Ooh, it's just perfection. Moving on, we have the shade Autumn Drive. This is another shimmery full coverage color, and this one is a deeper blue base. And again, we have what I believe is an iridescent shimmer because it's got this duochromatic vibe to it, shifting from that golden orange color into this intense red, although in this blue base, it actually has a little bit more of a pinky tone to it, and added with that touch of hollow sparkle, it just looks so cosmic to me, and I absolutely love that. So a really beautiful shade, and as with the others, it was just so impressive with the coverage, and the formula was so easy to work with. Next, we have, of course, my favorite, because this is just my ideal polish in a bottle. It's called Love Potion, and it's this intensely vibrant, cool-toned purple base that is just packed to the brim with this fuchsia shimmer, and then there's also these slightly larger flecks in there. They're still what I would consider to be a shimmer, but they kind of catch the light a little bit differently and just look so stunning on. I really don't think that my video did this color justice. I think it's so beautiful and eye-catching, and I just think it's a must-have. It's a stunning purple. Then we have the shade Hot Maple Toddy, and this one I feel like it's pretty deceptive in the bottle because I thought it was just going to be a more basic color, but it ended up having a lot going on in it. It's actually this really deep, almost eggplant purple kind of base color that feels pretty jelly-like, but it does end up giving pretty nice coverage. I was able to get coverage in 2 coats, and then we have a really intense shimmer in there, again kind of shifting from that orangey tone into that coppery red, and then this time we have a slightly bigger holographic sparkle. So again, it gives off these very cosmic vibes. It looks so beautiful on. I just love the depth of this color. The last 2 shades that I'm sharing with you have a reflective shimmer running throughout. It is a little bit more on the subtle side, but I think they look really gorgeous. So if you're new to reflective shades and you're not sure how intense you like them, I think this is a great place to start. This first shade is called Eternal Night, and it is a black jelly base that is packed with these red glitters, and then we also have this reflective shimmer running throughout, and it looks mostly silver, but sometimes at certain angles I feel like I'm seeing a whole rainbow of colors, so it's really pretty. Definitely not easy to capture on camera, but it's so stunning in person. And last but definitely not least, we have the shade The Great Silence, and this one is, oh my goodness, what a stunner. It is just this beautiful sapphire blue shimmer that is so intense and rich, and in addition to that intense blue shimmer in there, we also have the reflective silver sparkle, and it really doesn't stand out too much from the nail, but it just adds this really intense glittery feel to the color that really just makes me think of sapphires, and it is just so stunning. It has this sort of lit from within look, and I got perfect coverage in 2 coats. So here is a little quick comparison of all of the shades I tried today. Also in the top right, I have Across Time in both on its own and over black, just so you can see the difference there. But I have to say, seeing all of these colors together, I am just loving the color story that this has curated. I think these are all the types of shades that I reach for the most often, and I just love them. I love these shimmers that have that iridescent sparkle in there that just looks so dimensional and really changes depending on the angle of your nails, and then having that added hollow sparkle just to make them a little bit more unique and interesting is just so much fun. All of the base colors worked so beautifully together, and I just really appreciate these colors. I think they're so stunning. This is the exact type of shades I would have picked out for myself. But yeah, let's talk a little bit more about the brand, my thoughts, pricing, availability, all that good stuff. So yeah, those are the polishes from Potion Polish, and I have to say I really love what I've tried so far. Obviously the colors really just speak to my personal preference because this is the exact kind of color story that I love. But just in general, the formulas are really incredible. The polishes themselves just have so much going on in each one that each shade feels very special and unique to my collection. They also feel very beginner friendly, and I just really had an easy time applying them on my nails, which I think is so amazing because some indies are a little bit more intermediate / harder to use, and if you're not fully comfortable painting your nails, sometimes it can be a little bit daunting to get into the independent brands, but this is definitely one of the beginner friendly ones, so I really appreciated that. And yeah, overall I'm just really excited to try more from them. So these polishes come in 12 milliliter bottles. They do have the wide flat brush with the rounded tip that I absolutely love, and as we've seen with a lot of independent brands, the price does range based on the finish of the polish, as some pigments can be a little bit more expensive, but it seems that they range from around $10 to $12 USD, which honestly I think is very impressive for an independent brand, especially with all that they have going on in each polish. It just feels like a really great price point for them. So yeah, overall I definitely enjoyed them. I'm very excited to try more, and I'm curious to hear of your opinions. Have you ever tried Potion Polish? What do you think of them? If you have tried them, what color do you think I absolutely need? Let me know in the comments. And if you enjoyed my small brand spotlight, please give this one a thumbs up. It lets me know I'm doing a good job. You are always welcome to recommend new brands in the comments. It does take me a while to give them a try and try out new brands, but I absolutely love hearing from you about which brands you think I should try, so you can always let me know. If you're not already subscribed to my channel, please consider subscribing. I put out new videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And of course, a huge shout out to my supporters on Patreon, my Royal Astronomer Amanda M, as well as my Cosmic Admirals Rocket Man's daughter, Paula, Ken, Rosie, and Courtney. I really appreciate your support, and I'll see you all in my next video. Bye. Today's fun fact is not a question, but it is something that I wanted to give you a little update on. I actually don't know that I've ever told you this before, but I think we're due for an update. So fun fact about me, I have always hated blackberries. And one thing to know about me is that I love fruit. I'm a big fruit person. I feel like if I don't eat enough fruit, I always just feel a little bit eh. And that's something that happens to me all the time in the winter. More recently, in the last few years, I've been buying frozen fruit just so I can make smoothies, just because it just makes me feel better. I don't know. But I love the taste of fruit, and it's very hard for me to find a fruit that I don't like. But historically, I have always hated blackberries. I just found the flavor to be a little off-putting, but mostly I just didn't love the texture because, you know, when you bite into them, they're just kind of hard in the middle. But a couple of months ago, there just seemed to be a surplus of blackberries everywhere, and they were on sale everywhere we went, and other fruits were very expensive at the time, so I thought I would just give it a try because they were cheap and I hadn't had blackberries in a really long time. And it turns out I actually do really like blackberries, and I don't remember what it felt like to not like them because I find myself really enjoying the flavor of them now. I actually, after I tried them and realized I liked them, I went back to the store that we went to that had them on sale, and I just bought like 6 packs of them. And the cashier, I was talking to her about them, and I never said the word blackberries, but I mean, you can tell they're blackberries. And at one point, one of the packages opened and one of the blackberries popped out, and I was like, oh, don't worry about it. And the cashier, who was ringing me up, just popped it into her mouth, and she made the worst face. And she was like, oh my gosh, I think that raspberry's gone bad. This is like my favorite grocery store interaction I've ever had. I was like, oh, that was a blackberry. And I'm always laughing about it now whenever I'm eating the blackberries. Now I'm thinking to myself, like, I can't imagine what it must be like to expect the flavor of a raspberry and pop it into your mouth and eat a blackberry. But anyway, all that to say, I have discovered that I actually do like blackberries, so now I can add that to my list of fruits that I enjoy, which is very long, and I can take it off of my list of fruits that I don't enjoy, which is a very short list. That's it. I'll see you all in my next video. Bye!